welcome or welcome back to my channel. They call me her, they call me Jane, but that's not my name as this is an anonymous account for now. Wow, when I tell you I've had an afternoon and it is 4 minutes past 3, don't judge the number of steps I've done as this watch hasn't been on that long. I have a very short window to film today, and mainly because my youngest has been fighting a nap and has only just gone off, and my eldest should be home in about, I don't know, within the next hour. It's very dependent on the other children on his school bus. I think I've mentioned before he goes to a SEND school, so sometimes it can just take them a little longer to get ready to get on the bus, come home and stuff. So yep, that's where we are. So there's actually, for the first time today, a little bit of quiet, and I'm using this time to film for you. And I just want to say really thank you for last 2 weeks. Really, obviously I didn't upload a video last week, mainly because just burnout, really. Like my ADHD and autism, I think, really just flared up, and it coincided with the luteal phase of my cycle, which I find really difficult. I'm quite convinced about looking into PMDD. I think, is it premenstrual disorder, something? I don't know. Essentially, it's just where hormones go all over the place, and I do feel that every single month, and it's just, yeah, a lot. And so I feel a little bit better, don't get me wrong. There are still a million and one things on my to-do list. I have caught up a little bit with work that makes me feel a bit better. We've started sort of trying to make the garden a bit safer. In like, there are some plants and things we've removed that have like poisonous berries and things for the kids, and just tidying up borders and things. Really, there's still an awful lot to do out there, but it's been nice to be in the garden. I'm not sure if you just heard that, but toys are apparently setting themselves off, which is quite creepy. Anyway, so yes, it's just been a lot, really. It has been quite a bit of overwhelm, but thank you as usual if you're returning, if you've sent me a message on Instagram, if you've been watching my videos and things. I did say to you that I was going to share my, what's it called, YouTube AdSense thingy. I'll put it on the screen. So this, I monetized on the 18th of April, and this is where my current balance, I suppose, stands. I think you have to reach a £60 minimum to withdraw, and I think it's, if I remember right, it's I think at 37. I need to remember. Around there. So we're more than halfway, which is lovely. So thank you ever so much for watching my videos and engaging. It really does help. I would really like to reiterate that this is wonderful. It is to be monetized, and as much as I really appreciate that support, because it will help every single month. Like, if we get to the point where I can withdraw £60 a month, because that's obviously the threshold, then that would be amazing, you know. But this has always been about sharing a really realistic view of what it's like to be in as much debt as we are. I know there's probably other people that are in debt maybe less than this, more than this, I don't know, but this is just our experience of it and where we are. Obviously, started off at around 70,000 last month. If we have a look, 67,595.86. So it is going down slowly, but it is going down. And it was just, I would not like anyone to feel alone. I felt very alone for a very long time in this. So that's that. If you played the game as usual on these videos, you should see the 3 comments I have selected, and it is one that I like, one that is random, and one that I feel like gives a great message. So thank you very much for everybody that commented. I do appreciate it. every so often I will do one that everyone that joins in I will do a shout out for, just because you're all amazing. But just at the times that I need to keep on top of things, I want to make sure I at least shout some people out. So thank you for bearing with me. What else is there to tell you? I feel like I've not spoken to you for ages, when actually in reality it's only been 2 weeks. So I think yeah, I think, like I said, I've not got much time today, and so I can't be a chatty Cathy as I usually am, but I will go through this debt update with you in this video. But just as a bit of a future guide, I suppose, I think it was Rainbow Budgets Plans or something similar. I'm so sorry if I've butchered that. Did like a 5-year debt like plan, which I really want to film. There was something else I saw as well that, especially in my comments, a lot of you guys have mentioned about like batch cooking and meal planning, which is on one of my top priorities to sort, if I'm honest. So I thought maybe about filming about like meal planning when you're in debt, and like maybe some ideas of what I plan to do regarding like meals, and especially things like lunchbox ideas and stuff, things to might mount up, just to see if we can save any money really. So let me know if that's something you'd be interested in as I sort of navigate that as well. But yeah, I want this channel to not just be sort of the debt update and the cash stuff thing. We get paid next week, so I'm hoping that I think what I'll probably do is like maybe the 5-year plan, and then the following week I've done the cash stuffing again, just so I'm a bit on top of myself in regards to filming, so that if I ever do need a break, I know I've got at least one video ahead of myself. But we'll see how that pans out really. And yeah, obviously it's for my head at the moment, my focus is leading up to like the summer holidays and planning things around that. I was really lucky actually. Before I get into this, I must tell you, because I didn't believe it first. So I think we went to B&M just for a little wander around. Like it's quite close to where we live, on like a little retail park. Didn't need anything, and I think we came out with, I think like the crispy rolls, chocolate, and I brought some fairy washing up liquid. Really exciting. But the only other thing I brought was a bag of Frazzles. Now, I don't know if you know what Frazzles are, but they're like bacon flavoured crisps, and honestly, probably a top tier crisp for me. Love a Frazzle. And so I like brought like a bag thinking it was like the little multi-packs. It wasn't, it was just a big bag, and I was like, oh well, you know, I'm gonna have to eat them all now, what a shame. And so on it was like a QR code to like win a day out, and I was like, do you know what, I'm sat here, I'll scan the QR code. And I didn't realise that Walkers own Frazzles, so that was a new thing for me. And then it's also part of PepsiCo, which is, wow, my autistic brain went on a deep dive then of going, what else do they own? But anyway, I filled the code in, and turns out I won 4 tickets to Chessington World of Adventures, which I was like, wow, that's it. So I was a bit like, I'm going to wait to actually see if I get it through. Because it said, oh, you'll get an email with a code. I didn't get the code. I was going to leave it. Actually emailed like their promotions team and explained, like, I did this, it was on this day, like this email address. And they were like, oh, okay, no worries, we found the email you should have been sent. Here's your code, congratulations. I was like, oh my goodness. Oh, the only other thing I've ever won in my life, I think I was like 8 or 9. And it was, do you remember like Girl Talk magazine? I think it was. And I entered a competition to win. I didn't even really like it. But do you remember Yogi Bear? Like the programme? And I'm sure it was Girl Talk. It might have been something less. No, Girl Talk seems a bit I'm sure it was Girl Talk. But anyway, and it was like a new programme or new series or whatever it was on Cartoon Network. Something happened. And it was like, oh, just fill in this and send it in the post box and you could win. And I did it. And I won like a VHS. That's how old I am. A VHS. Some stickers, a colouring book, and a poster. I think like it was all stationery stuff. And I couldn't believe I'd never got anything in the post before. And I was like, wow. And honestly, that same level of excitement when I won these Chessington tickets was unreal. So we need to decide on a date for that. But honestly, it's going to absolutely save us in the summer holidays. I think that's quite expensive to go to Chessington. I know we went once before, quite little, and we'd had like, I think, one of those, what is it, when they used to do like the 2 for 1 or like whatever it was, tickets. It was quite cheap for us to go. And it was great, really liked it. We didn't have enough time to go around it because at the time we didn't realise that our eldest could get one of the sort of access passes, so you can wait your turn outside of the queue. I'm going on and off tangent now, but overall it means that we can have a day out in the summer holidays, and it just means that we've got to get there, so petrol, and obviously we'll take like a packed lunch and stuff, but the actual tickets are paid for, so absolute win. So if you find those in, like, I got ours in B&M, I'm sure I did, it was B&M or Tesco, but I remember getting the other stuff from B&M anyway, but I'm sure it's like in all the shops. There's like this win the day out thing, and I actually looked on the terms and conditions, and apparently it's like Sea Life, Warwick Castle, it's all the Merlin stuff, I think, so like Alton Towers, Legoland, Chessington, London Eye, all of those things. So yeah, give it a go if you can. Let me know if you win anything, because that'd just be cool, I think. Yeah, anyway, all for the bag of crisps. Do you know what? I said I wouldn't chat. Look, it's 15:15. Make a wish. Double numbers. Does anybody else do that? If you get like a double, were they angel numbers? Well, it's not anymore. Look. Don't know if you saw that change, but it's like it heard me. Anyway, let's get into this stat update before I waffle any longer. I've still got a prep dinner, and I want a cup of tea by myself in the quiet before the eldest gets home. So let's do the May update for you guys. Where are we at the minute? We're currently 12 minutes in before we've started the main point of the video. I do apologise. However, let's crack on. So, boring pen, I'm afraid, but it will do the job. So, like I said, last month, April, £67,595.86 was our total. And then this month, we're going to work through each one. So Monzo loan we have already paid off, so great, it's going to stay at 0. Sainsbury's credit card was £774.24, and it is now £765.97. So that has gone down a teeny tiny bit. Monzo overdraft is still 1,000, same as the Barclays overdraft is still 1,500. Department of Work and Pensions, there is just a minimum payment of £10 a month, which I hope to up at some point, but at the moment it's just helping us pay down other stuff quicker, so that has gone down by £10. Barclays overdraft, that's stayed the same, haven't done anything with that. Barclay card, now Barclay card last time was 2174.38, and it is now 2,200. It has gone up. Like I said, in the last video, we were trying to pile a lot onto the Very account, which you'll see in a minute, but we were using the credit cards to pay for food. It's because we needed to pay that Very bill. So all these credit cards will have gone up to an extent. So just prepare, like, I know that's already, it's not a shock to me, that's where we're at. Capital One, 2,500, and it is now, it went down just slightly, 2,477. 26 is what it was at. Some of these are the minimum payments that have come off, obviously, from those. Some of the cards we didn't touch. I thought I used that one though, so no, it's definitely right. But yeah, you'll see. We obviously still had a little bit of a grocery budget, and we did reduce our spending a lot, but I know that we also spent on cards. So the big one, our Very account had one of those, what are they called, you know, buy now pay later, 12-month later things that were due, and it's £400 odd. So I knew that was going to have to be paid, so I think I added a little bit more to it as well, and the new total of Very account is 2,790. from this amount here. I just want to check what that actually is in. Oh, I don't know what that is. 322. No, 322. 315. Take away 2790 means, yeah, so we paid just over the £400. I was adding sort of little bits as I had it, but we absolutely paid that minimum that we needed to pay and a bit more. And it, honestly, I'm so proud of us that we managed to sort of do that for this month. So that is a massive chunk that we've paid off this month. Really, really pleased with us. So that's definitely gone down. Sainsbury's loan also, I know that's gone down because we have a minimum payment on that. So that is now 2,834.84. So that's gone down. Student finance haven't touched. They have been trying to chase me. I need to get back in contact with them, but at the moment it's still the same. HSBC was £4,811.31. It is now 4,816.80. So that's gone up by a very minimal amount. But I want to remind you, these here, I think a minimum payment was £140 odd. So that went down by 140 up for whatever it was, and then has still gone up by an extra £5. So I've spent the £145, if that makes sense. So it doesn't look like it's gone up a lot, but actually it has, because we've spent what we put back. We have spent what we paid off of it as a minimum payment. So I hope that makes sense across this video. The Virgin credit card, that is currently at, what is it at? 9.3. I think this is the one we used a lot. Is it 9.3? I can't remember. Hang on. I know I will come back to that one because I need to double check whatever that was. It wasn't 9.3. Anyway, I'm going to have to stop this because I record on my phone because I don't have anything fancy. So I need to go into my phone to double check. So the updraft loan was £13,803.58. That is now 13,427.68. The second updraft is 14,289.75, and that is now 14,014.79. Obviously these have minimum payments because they're loans, so that's why they come down quite dramatically. Family loan stayed the same. We've not paid any more off of that. NatWest did go up, and it went up to 570.90. And the Barclay card, I need to double check that as well. I went up, but I will double check this one. So, so that stayed the same. That went up. That went down. That went down. That stayed the same. That went up. Let me just check these two because I didn't write it down. I need to check. Hopefully that's not too out of sync because I have worked out what it is now. I've just double checked the screenshots my partner took because they're his cards. So it was actually 9,042.67, and the second Barclay card down here is 867.03. So I'm going to do some quick calculations. £703. Right, okay. I'm quite happy with that. So I'm going to say that that is £66,440.24. So April, what did we say it was? 67,595 86. And it's okay, so it's gone down. Let's just work out by how much. 67,595, 86. Take away 66,440, 24 is, okay, great, amazing, £1,155.62. That's what it's gone down by. Amazing. I'm so happy. I really wanted it to be over 1,000 because I knew that we'd paid over £400 off on the Very account, and I know that our updraft loans are quite high, and I know that the Sainsbury's loan, that it takes off at least £200. Okay, I can breathe now. Fine. So our new total is £66,440.24. Okay, so if you've been here before, you'll know that I really want to have a 5 at the beginning of this number by December 31st, even if that is 59,999.99. I really wanted to get it under 60,000. So knowing that actually we have £6,440.24 left to get it under there is incredible. We're never, I say never, we're not going to be able to pay this much off every month. We're just not. We've got the kids' birthdays to save for. We've got summer holidays. There's quite a few birthdays, like family birthdays in. And I know people have said in the comments before, you know, tell people you don't want to buy gifts, tell people you don't want to do this. It's something that we do want to do. And it means that we need to incorporate that into a budget, which I think is fine. It does mean, obviously, that's not going towards debt, but it is what we've decided to do. So thank you. If you've lasted this long, you are amazing. I appreciate you. You are wonderful. It is 15:33. I think I've got a couple of minutes to bang the kettle on and have a quick cuppa before my eldest gets in. Youngest is still asleep. So with that, thank you. I will be back in my next video with a 5-year debt plan, which I've obviously let on here with with one of my biggest goals. But yeah, thank you. And until next time, love yourself first and take care. Bye bye.